When we go through the ups and downs of life, it can sometimes feel like everything is spiraling out of control. You may be asking yourself, why do I struggle so much? Why does everything seem harder for me than it does for others? You feel exhausted, like you're carrying a burden too heavy to bear, and yet, no matter how hard you try, you still feel stuck. But what if I told you that the challenges you're facing are not as random as they may seem? What if I told you that Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has placed these very obstacles in your life to bring you closer to the purpose He has designed for you? Sometimes, what we perceive as hardship is actually a means to refine us, to prepare us for something greater. Allah, in His mercy and wisdom, knows what you are capable of, sometimes even more than you know yourself. His plan for you is perfect, and every moment of struggle or pain is a stepping stone leading you towards something better. You may not see it now, but every trial you are going through is shaping you into a stronger version of yourself. Allah doesn't give us trials that we cannot handle. He provides us with challenges that will push us to grow and evolve in ways we could never have imagined. The things you are going through right now, the doubts, the uncertainty, the confusion, are all part of a divine plan designed to lead you to the best possible version of yourself. There is a profound wisdom in trusting Allah's timing. We, as humans, are limited by our perception of time. We want things now. We want them according to our plan, and we grow frustrated when things don't align with our desires. But Allah knows best. His plan is much greater than anything we can conceive. If He chooses to delay something in your life, know that it is for a reason. Allah's delays are not denials. What you perceive as a delay could be a blessing in disguise, giving you time to prepare for what is to come. The question we need to ask ourselves is, do we trust Allah enough to believe that His timing is perfect? Do we have the patience to wait, knowing that He is preparing us for something better? Allah's plan is not just about the destination. It is about the journey. The lessons, the growth, the strength you gain along the way will be more valuable than anything you could gain if everything came to you effortlessly. Allah wants to teach you the importance of patience, reliance on Him, and the understanding that He knows what is best for you, even when you don't see it. In moments of doubt, when the weight of the world seems unbearable, remember that Allah is closer to you than you think. He is aware of every pain, every tear, every moment of struggle, and in His mercy, He sends you exactly what you need, when you need it. It might not always come in the form you expect, but trust that it is coming. Sometimes, Allah will send the right people into your life to guide you, to help you, to remind you that you are never alone. These people are not just coincidences. They are divine interventions meant to help you fulfill your purpose. Just as Allah uses trials to refine us, He also uses people to guide us. The people in your life, whether they are family, friends, or even strangers, may be there to help you unlock the potential you didn't even know you had. They may challenge you, inspire you, and most importantly, remind you of Allah's presence in your life. When you surround yourself with the right people, those who motivate you to grow closer to Allah, who inspire you to be your best self, success becomes inevitable. They will guide you on your path, and their presence will be a reminder that Allah's mercy is never far away. In those moments of doubt, remember, you are not walking this path alone. Allah is guiding you through every step, placing the right people in your life at the right time, and giving you the strength you need to carry on. So, do not despair when things are difficult. Instead, have faith that Allah's plan is unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. Trust in His timing, and believe that He is preparing you for something greater. You are exactly where you need to be. Every struggle, every challenge, every moment of difficulty is part of Allah's perfect plan to bring you closer to Him and to your true purpose. There are moments in life when you feel utterly lost, when the path ahead is unclear, and you find yourself questioning everything. Why am I in this situation? You ask yourself, wondering how things got so complicated. You feel as though you're drifting without purpose, unsure of the next step to take. You might even begin to wonder if your dreams will ever come true, or if the struggles you're facing are just too much for you to handle. In such moments, it's important to pause and reflect, to take a deep breath, and trust that Allah's plan is unfolding in the background, even if you cannot see it yet. Allah works in mysterious ways. He doesn't always give us what we want, and He doesn't always answer our prayers the way we expect. Yet, everything He does is for a reason. When He doesn't give you what you're asking for, it's not because He is withholding something good from you. It's because He knows that what you desire might not be the best for you, at this moment or in the future. His wisdom far surpasses our understanding. We are limited by our knowledge, our experiences, and our perceptions of what's good for us. But Allah knows the bigger picture. He knows exactly what you need and when you need it. He might not give it to you in the form you envisioned, but trust that it will come in the form that is best for you. In the journey of life, Allah uses people as instruments to guide us toward the blessings He has prepared for us. You might find yourself surrounded by people who challenge you, who make you uncomfortable, or who push you beyond your limits. And while these encounters might seem difficult or even painful at the time, they are part of Allah's plan to bring you closer to your true purpose. These people may not be the ones you would have chosen yourself, but Allah knows exactly who you need to meet in order to grow, to learn, and to become the person He intended for you to be. Sometimes Allah brings specific individuals into our lives to teach us lessons that we couldn't learn on our own. It could be someone who helps you realize your potential, someone who encourages you when you feel like giving up, or someone who helps you understand things from a new perspective. These people, no matter how brief their presence in your life may be, are part of the divine plan. Allah places them in your life at exactly the right moment, and they are often the key to unlocking something deep within you. These individuals serve as vessels of Allah's mercy and wisdom, guiding you when you feel lost and helping you see the path ahead when everything seems uncertain. Even when it seems like everything is falling apart, when the doors seem to be closing in your face, Allah is still working behind the scenes. The people you encounter during these times may seem like obstacles, but in reality, they are part of the blessings Allah is preparing for you. They are there to help you grow, to open your eyes to new possibilities, and to show you the strength you didn't know you had. They are the ones who will walk with you during the hardest times and help you push through the barriers you thought were insurmountable. Their presence is a reminder that Allah is with you, even when it feels like you're walking alone. It is important to recognize that Allah's plan often involves not just our own growth, but the growth of those around us. The people He brings into our lives might also be in need of our guidance, our support, and our love. While we may feel like we're the ones who need help, Allah might be using us as instruments of His mercy for others. We are part of a greater divine plan, where each person plays a role, and where the growth of one person is intertwined with the growth of another. Allah's wisdom is such that He brings people into your life not just to help you, but so that you can help them too. even when the relationship feels hard, or when you begin to doubt the value of those around you. Allah is reminding you that you are not meant to walk this path alone. These people, whether they are your family, your friends, or even acquaintances, are part of Allah's plan to guide you to the next step in your journey. They are the ones who will remind you of your worth when you forget, the ones who will challenge you to be better when you grow complacent. They are the ones who will stand by you when you feel like no one else will. When Allah brings someone into your life, it is not by chance. These individuals may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but every person has a purpose. You might not understand their role in your life right now, but as you continue to trust Allah's plan, you will begin to see the beauty of His design. The people He places in your life are not just there to take, they are there to give. They are there to help you unlock your potential, to help you grow, and to help you become the person Allah has destined you to be. So, if you find yourself questioning the people in your life, or feeling as though you've been abandoned or misunderstood, take a moment to reflect. Allah has brought them into your life for a reason. Even when you cannot see it, even when it feels like the relationship is difficult, trust that Allah's wisdom is greater than yours. The people around you are part of His divine plan to bring you closer to Him, to help you discover the blessings He has set aside for you. There are moments in life when we feel the need to give up. We feel overwhelmed by circumstances, as if there is no way forward. It's easy in these moments to question everything, to doubt yourself, to believe that maybe your efforts have been in vain. You might think, "This is too much for me. I can't go on anymore." Yet, it is in these very moments that Allah's guidance and mercy shine through, even if we don't immediately recognize it. When faced with challenges, especially those that seem insurmountable, we often forget that we are not alone. Allah, in His boundless wisdom, does not expect us to walk this path of life by ourselves. We are not meant to carry our burdens without help. Sometimes, Allah's help comes in the form of guidance from others. Sometimes it comes through our own reflection. And sometimes it is through the strength He places within us to endure and persevere. We are reminded through the Quran that Allah is always near, ready to assist us when we turn to Him. But it is important to remember that Allah's help often comes when we least expect it. The way Allah works in our lives is not always in the manner we anticipate. His assistance doesn't always look like what we envision, but that doesn't mean it is not coming. Sometimes we ask for something specific, a particular outcome, and when it doesn't come, we may feel rejected. But Allah, in His wisdom, is providing what we truly need, not necessarily what we want. His knowledge far surpasses our own desires, and He understands the bigger picture far better than we do. In the midst of life's difficulties, we may ask Allah to take away our struggles, to lift the burden, to provide an immediate solution. However, Allah often uses these struggles to refine us, to prepare us for something greater. The hardship you are going through right now might be the very thing that strengthens your character, deepens your faith, and brings you closer to Him. Allah, in His mercy, is helping you grow through the trials. It is through these challenges that we learn to trust Allah more, to rely on His wisdom, and to gain the strength needed for what lies ahead. It is also important to recognize that Allah's plan is not just about the destination, but about the journey. We often become fixated on the end result, thinking that once we reach a certain goal, everything will be perfect. But Allah wants us to grow along the way, to experience the full range of emotions, and to learn the lessons embedded in every step of the journey. Sometimes we want things to move faster, to resolve quicker, But Allah knows the right timing. He knows when we are truly ready to receive what He has in store for us. The key is patience, learning to wait and trust in Allah's timing. Patience is a virtue that is often tested in times of hardship, and it is something we must continually work on. When we experience challenges, it's easy to become impatient, to feel that we can't wait any longer. But Allah is teaching us to trust, to wait, and to have faith that He is doing things in His perfect time. The wisdom behind the delay or the struggle may not be immediately clear, but we must trust that Allah knows what is best for us, even if it doesn't make sense to us at the moment. Throughout our lives, Allah will test us with challenges to see how we respond. He wants to see if we will turn to Him in our times of need, if we will maintain our faith even when things seem difficult. It is easy to remain steadfast in faith when everything is going well, when life is smooth and the path is clear. But it is in the times of struggle that our faith is truly tested. Will we remain patient? Will we trust Allah? Will we continue to seek His guidance when the path ahead seems uncertain? Remember that every test you face is an opportunity for growth. Every trial you endure is a step toward a better version of yourself. Allah is not punishing you. He is preparing you. Every hardship, every difficulty, every challenge is an opportunity for you to grow in your faith, to trust in Allah's plan, and to strengthen your connection with Him. Allah is using these moments to teach you patience, resilience, and the value of relying on Him alone. When you feel like giving up, remember that Allah is always with you. His mercy is greater than any challenge you face. His wisdom is greater than any obstacle in your path, and He is always guiding you, even when you can't see it. Trust in His plan, remain patient, and continue to take steps forward, no matter how small they may seem. Allah will never leave you without help. In every trial, He is there, guiding you, refining you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. The struggle you face today is only a small part of a much greater journey that will lead you to something far greater than you can imagine. So when the road is difficult and the weight feels unbearable, turn to Allah. He is always there, waiting to assist you, to provide for you, and to lead you toward the blessings He has planned for you. His plan for you is perfect, and His timing is always right. Trust in Him and have patience, for He knows exactly what is best for you. When we face the trials of life, it is easy to feel as though everything is crumbling around us. The weight of the world can feel unbearable, and it may seem as though there is no way out. In these moments, you may feel as though you are at the end of your rope. You wonder if there's any hope left, or if the struggles will ever cease. It is in these very moments that we must turn our attention inward and remember that Allah is always near and He is always watching over us. Even when it seems like there is no way forward, there is always hope in Allah's mercy. Sometimes we fail to realize that the struggles we face are not always meant to break us. They are meant to build us up. The path to growth and self-improvement is often paved with difficulty. We want the easy way out, the smooth road, but Allah knows that it is through the hard times that we truly grow. Allah has a purpose for every challenge that comes into our lives. No difficulty is wasted in His plan. Every challenge, no matter how painful or overwhelming, is designed to bring us closer to Him and to strengthen our character. This concept can be hard to accept, especially when the challenges feel too much to bear. But think back to the trials that you have already overcome. Reflect on the strength you gained, the lessons you learned, and the faith you developed through each experience. When you look at it through the lens of faith, you begin to realize that every trial you have faced has played a role in shaping who you are today. Allah does not allow us to experience hardship without reason. He knows exactly what we need to grow, and He provides us with those experiences to help us mature and become more resilient in our faith. When the difficulties become too great, remember that you are not alone. Allah is with you every step of the way. It may seem like the road is long and the journey is uncertain, but trust that Allah is guiding you. His mercy surrounds you, even in the darkest times. Sometimes we forget that the struggles we are facing are temporary. We focus so much on the pain that we forget the relief that will come afterward. Allah's timing is perfect. What may seem like an unbearable trial today could be the very thing that sets you up for success tomorrow. The hardships you face are only temporary. The strength and wisdom you gain from them will last a lifetime. It is also important to understand that Allah sometimes places people in our lives to help us through these trials. These individuals may not be the ones you expect. Sometimes, Allah uses the most unlikely sources to help us. You may find guidance in someone you never thought would be there for you. This is one of Allah's many blessings. He works through the people around you, sometimes in ways that are subtle, sometimes in ways that are obvious. The key is to remain open to receiving help, even when it comes from unexpected sources. Allah has a plan for you, and He will place the right people in your life at the right time to help you navigate through the challenges you face. When you find yourself questioning whether you should continue a certain relationship, friendship, or path, take a moment to reflect on the signs Allah is sending you. If the relationship is meant to remain in your life, Allah will show you signs that encourage you to hold on. It could be the way the person supports you when you're at your lowest, or the way they challenge you to grow when you are stagnant. These are the signs that Allah is working through them to help you grow, to help you get closer to your purpose. On the other hand, if Allah is guiding you to let go, He will also provide signs that encourage you to move forward, to release what no longer serves you. The beauty of Allah's guidance is that it is not always obvious at first. Sometimes it takes time to recognize His signs, but if you are patient and trust in His wisdom, you will begin to see them. The relationships and situations in your life are part of His divine plan, and He is constantly working behind the scenes to help you achieve your best potential. Whether the path is clear or uncertain, remember that Allah is always with you, guiding you toward the future He has prepared for you. Trust in His plan, even when it's hard to see where it's leading. It is also worth reflecting on the importance of patience in these moments of uncertainty. Patience is not simply the act of waiting for something to change. It is the trust that, even in the waiting, Allah is working. When things seem to be stagnant, when nothing appears to be changing, remember that Allah's plan is always in motion. His timing is never late. He knows the perfect moment for everything to unfold. When we are patient, we are showing Allah that we trust in His wisdom, that we believe He knows what is best for us. In times of doubt and confusion, remember that the strength to endure is already within you. Allah has given you the ability to withstand even the greatest trials. It is through His guidance and mercy that we are able to rise above our challenges and become stronger in our faith. The road ahead may not always be easy, but with Allah by your side, you will never walk it alone. Trust in Him, and know that every challenge you face is part of a greater plan that will ultimately lead you to your purpose. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and sometimes it feels as though we are walking through a fog, unable to see the path ahead. In those moments, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the uncertainty and the challenges that we face. You may wonder if you're on the right path, or if the people around you are really the ones who are meant to be part of your journey. In these times, it is important to remember that Allah's guidance is always there, even when it seems like we are lost. When faced with doubt, it's easy to start questioning the relationships and connections we have. Sometimes, we feel as though people in our lives are not serving us in the way we expect. We may want to let go of them, to move on to something or someone else that seems to offer more, or is more aligned with our current situation. However, it's crucial to understand that Allah often places people in our lives for reasons that we may not understand at first. These people may challenge us, help us grow, or even provide us with the support we need during difficult times. They may not always be what we expect or desire, but they are part of Allah's divine plan. One of the most profound lessons we can learn is that not every relationship is meant to be perfect or without struggle. There are times when the people we care about will test us, and the relationships we value will be difficult to navigate. But these struggles are not signs that we should give up or let go. Rather, they are opportunities to grow, to learn patience, and to trust that Allah is guiding us through the process. Allah, in His wisdom, uses these moments of difficulty to help us refine our character and to strengthen our faith. It's through these challenges that we come to understand the true value of relationships and the role they play in our lives. If you find yourself in a situation where you're questioning whether to move on from someone or a relationship, remember that Allah is always speaking to you. Sometimes we are too caught up in our emotions or our desires to see the signs He is sending. But if you take a step back and reflect, you will begin to recognize that Allah communicates with us through the people around us, through our feelings, and through the circumstances we find ourselves in. If Allah wants you to stay in a relationship, He will show you signs to help you understand that the connection is important. These signs may come in the form of the support you receive, the comfort you feel, or the growth you experience as a result of the relationship. Even when things aren't perfect, if Allah wants you to remain in that relationship, He will provide you with the strength to endure and to continue moving forward. Sometimes the challenges we face in relationships are not a sign to let go, but a sign to stay, to work through the difficulties, and to trust that Allah has a greater purpose for both you and the other person. It's easy to walk away when things get tough, but it takes true strength and faith to stay and continue building, even when the road seems uncertain. Allah does not bring people into your life by chance. Every person who enters your life has a role to play in your journey, whether you understand it at the time or not. These relationships, whether they bring you joy or challenge you, are part of Allah's plan to help you grow, to teach you important lessons, and to guide you closer to the person He wants you to become. In moments of confusion, when you feel unsure about whether to move on or hold on, take a moment to reflect on the relationship and the role it plays in your life. Ask yourself, what is Allah trying to teach me through this person? How is this relationship helping me grow? Even when you feel like giving up, remember that Allah may be using this relationship to bring you closer to Him, to help you develop virtues like patience, resilience, and empathy. Sometimes the person who challenges you the most is the one who will teach you the greatest lessons about yourself and about life. Allah's guidance is not always obvious, but it is always present. When we are in doubt, He is there to show us the way. He places people in our lives to help us grow, to teach us, and to guide us. It is through these relationships that we learn about love, patience, and sacrifice, and it is through these relationships that we learn to trust Allah more deeply. When you are uncertain about the people in your life, take a step back and ask Allah for guidance. He will show you the way, either by giving you the strength to hold on or the wisdom to let go. Trust in His plan, trust in His timing, and trust that He knows what is best for you. Sometimes, we may not see the value in a relationship until later on, when we realize how much we have learned and grown as a result of the experiences we shared with that person. Other times, we may realize that certain relationships were never meant to last forever. Either way, Allah is always guiding us toward what is best. It is through our relationships with others that we learn the most about ourselves, about Allah, and about the purpose He has for our lives. Trust in the people He places in your life, and trust that every connection is part of a greater plan designed to bring you closer to Him. Life is a journey filled with moments of confusion, uncertainty, and doubt. There are times when we feel lost, unsure of the direction we should take, and wondering if we are making the right choices. During these moments, it's easy to feel as though we are walking a lonely path. You may question whether you are truly on the right course, or if your struggles are even worth enduring. But in the midst of this confusion, there is one constant: Allah's guidance. Even when the path seems unclear, Allah is always guiding us, even when we don't realize it. We may feel as though we are walking through the dark, but Allah, in His infinite mercy, is the light that illuminates our way. He has a plan for us, and even when we can't see it, He is guiding us step by step, leading us toward our ultimate purpose. Allah's plan for us is not always immediate. Sometimes it takes time for His wisdom to unfold. But the one thing we can be sure of is that Allah is always with us, guiding us, helping us become the best versions of ourselves. In moments of doubt, it's important to reflect on the relationships and people in our lives. Sometimes we feel as though the people around us are not fulfilling our needs, or that we have outgrown certain relationships. We might be tempted to move on, to let go of those who have been with us through thick and thin. But Allah's wisdom works in ways that we cannot always understand. There are relationships in our lives that are not there by accident. Allah places specific people in our paths to help us grow, to guide us, and to challenge us to be better. Even when we feel like giving up, we must remember that every person who enters our lives has a purpose. These relationships, no matter how challenging or painful, are designed by Allah to teach us valuable lessons. Perhaps Allah wants us to learn patience, to understand forgiveness, or to recognize the importance of sacrifice. Sometimes, the people we least expect to help us are the ones who will lead us to the blessings we seek. In these moments, it's essential to remember that the people Allah places in our lives are part of His plan, even when the journey with them feels difficult. It is crucial to reflect on how we respond to these relationships. When we are faced with the decision to let go of someone or move forward, it is important to ask ourselves, what is Allah teaching me through this person? How is this relationship helping me grow? These are questions that will guide us toward understanding the deeper purpose behind every connection. Allah does not put us in situations without a reason. He is always guiding us toward something greater. And sometimes, the most challenging relationships are the ones that will teach us the most. Furthermore, Allah's guidance isn't limited to just the people around us. It extends to every aspect of our lives. When we are in doubt, we can always turn to Him for clarity. Allah has given us the Quran, a timeless source of guidance, and the Sunnah, the teachings of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to help us navigate the difficulties of life. By returning to these sources, we are reminded of the wisdom Allah has provided us, and we are equipped with the tools to move forward with faith and trust in His plan. Through the guidance of the Quran and Sunnah, we are shown how to approach challenges with patience, perseverance, and reliance on Allah. These divine teachings remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. The prophets, who faced unimaginable trials, also placed their trust in Allah and persevered through the toughest of times. Their stories are a source of inspiration for us, reminding us that Allah's plan is always greater than our own, and that by trusting in Him, we will find peace. Finally, when we are facing moments of uncertainty, it's essential to remember that Allah is always near, and He is always watching over us. His mercy surrounds us, even when we can't see it. He knows our struggles, our fears, and our desires. We may not always understand His plan, but we can trust that it is the best plan for us. The road ahead may seem unclear, but as long as we place our trust in Allah, we will always find the strength to move forward. In conclusion, remember that every step you take, every challenge you face, and every relationship in your life is part of a larger plan designed by Allah. Trust in Him, and know that He is guiding you toward the best possible outcome. Don't be afraid to hold on to the relationships that are meant to stay, and don't be afraid to let go of those that are not. Trust that Allah will guide you to what is best for you, and He will provide you with the strength to endure. Keep your faith in Him, and the path will become clear. If you found this message helpful and inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more spiritual insights and reflections. By subscribing, you'll be reminded of Allah's wisdom and mercy, and you'll continue to grow in your faith. May Allah guide you on your journey and bring peace to your heart.